I can't believe this. Do you really have no common sense?
Oh my, and who might you be?
My name is Anna. I'm the younger sister of your son's fiancé.
Oh, you're the annoying woman who is sitting next to me. You and your sister really don't look very impressive, do you? I can't help but notice how poor your appearances are. Honestly, it's kind of embarrassing.
I really don't want to hear anything from you about how I look. What's more important here is whether or not you did what I asked of you.
Did I do something? What are you accusing me of?
You poured tea all over my sister, and then you kicked her out of the house, didn't you?
Oh, yes, that tea. It was brewed with the finest uji jukuro. That's one of the most fancy green teas from Japan. You must have been thrilled to experience such exquisite tea, right? It's not every day you get to touch such high-quality tea. It must have felt luxurious, didn't it?
There's no way. How could you do that? Today was supposed to be a special day for my sister's engagement, and you ruined it. This is unbelievable.
Wait, hold on. Are you telling me you contacted me just so you could be angry? You're seriously upset over something so trivial? Honestly, it's clear to me now that you're really small-minded. You're just like any ordinary person, aren't you?
Of course I'm angry. What you did was extremely rude.
Rude? No, my dear, that's what you did. Your behavior was the truly rude one.
What do you mean by that? What exactly are you accusing us of?
Do you even have any idea who we are? My husband is the owner of a large company. He runs a business with many employees, and it's currently growing at an incredibly fast pace. We're talking about real success here. He's the president of the company, and I am the wife of the president. I hold an important position.
I know who you are. I know that much already. But what does that have to do with anything?
That's not all, though. You see, my husband is going to become a politician next year. That's already been decided.
A politician? What are you talking about?
Well, after seeing how influential my husband is, we were approached by a political party asking him to run in the next election. Of course, he was given the official endorsement, and it looks like everything is lined up for him to run. It's all practically settled.
But if he doesn't win the election, won't he just stay a regular person? How can you be so sure he'll become a politician if he hasn't won yet?
Do you even understand who we are? We are part of the upper class, the chosen people who can make anything happen. We don't need to worry about things like elections because the world bends to our will.
That's impossible. That can't be true. What you're saying doesn't make any sense.
Oh, of course you wouldn't understand. You're one of the lower class. You're not used to how the upper class operates. When we say something is white, even the darkest of companies can suddenly become as white as snow. We can make anything happen, and everything aligns with our desires. That's what it means to be part of the elite, the upper class.
So if that's the case, you'd win the election no matter what, even without the official endorsement?
Oh, shut up. I was just using an example, okay? Don't take it so literally.
I see. But then what about the company? What's going to happen with it?
Well, I plan to leave it to our son, Wyatt. He's finally matured enough to take charge. He's ready to run the company on his own now.
So, my sister is going to support Wyatt, right? She's helping him out too, isn't she?
Absolutely not. I won't let her interfere with him. Your sister only finished high school, didn't she?
What does her education have to do with anything? What does that have to do with her supporting Wyatt?
Well, it's simple. Someone with a high school education just doesn't have the kind of background that's acceptable to become a wife in our family. Someone like her just isn't fit to be a part of our circle. We can't have that.
My sister had to drop out of university to raise me. Do you even know how hard she worked for that? She made that sacrifice for me.
She dropped out of university to raise you. So in the end, she's just another high school graduate, isn't she? I'm not saying anything wrong, am I? The truth is, people with a high school education deserve to be humiliated like that. She deserves to have tea poured all over her, and as for the engagement, it's over. I'm calling it off.
You can't. You can't just cancel the engagement like that. I know you don't like my sister, but this is going too far. Wyatt loves my sister more than anything else. He would never abandon her.
It doesn't matter. Anyone who would even think about marrying someone with just a high school education is clearly out of their mind. Your sister doesn't belong in our family. And you ruined your sister's life by going to university, but now you're not even working at a decent company. It's pathetic. You don't even have a good job or any prospects. What was your purpose in life, huh? Were you even born with a purpose?
And that's so rude. How can you say such terrible things? Take that back right now.
And let me tell you this, right now my husband is negotiating a huge deal. We're on the verge of finalizing something really big, and once this deal is done, his reputation will skyrocket even further.
So what? What does that have to do with anything?
Well, once this deal is finalized, our family's name will be known all across the country. People will know who we are, and our influence will be undeniable. And there's no way the wife of such a powerful company president could be someone with a high school education. It's just completely inappropriate. You don't belong with us.
Why is education so important to you? Why does it matter so much?
It's not just education, it's your entire background. Your family situation is also completely unacceptable.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by family situation?
Because, well, you don't have parents, do you? Your parents aren't around. I can't even begin to imagine the thought of people like you entering our family. It's just revolting to think about.
That's not... You don't know anything. My parents died in an accident. Why do you have to speak like that? Why are you saying these things about my family?
You're just the product of two people who threw away their responsibilities. It's laughable. In the world we live in, that's what people like your parents are called. You wouldn't understand, of course. You and your kind have no place in our world.
I can't believe you're saying this. You're speaking ill of people who are already gone. How can you be so cruel? Jade, are you okay?
Anna, yeah, I think I've calmed down a little. At first, I was so shocked and confused, I didn't know how to react. I wasn't expecting that to happen at all. I thought maybe things would go more smoothly today, but it's been much more difficult than I imagined.
I'm really sorry.
Why are you apologizing? It's not your fault, Anna.
But it is, Jade. You see, because of me, you had to drop out of university. And now, because of that, those two don't like you. They're probably thinking all sorts of bad things about you, and I feel responsible for it. I wanted everything to go well, but now it's all a mess.
It's fine, don't worry about it. Honestly, I don't mind at all. I've never regretted dropping out of university. In fact, I'm actually happy I did. The decision I made back then to put everything aside for your sake was something I don't think I could take back even if I wanted to. You're doing something amazing now, Anna. You've accomplished so much. That's what matters.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. It means a lot to me, especially now. I know things are complicated, but hearing you say that helps me feel a little better. I know things aren't easy, but your support has made a huge difference. Without it, I don't know where I'd be right now.
And to be honest, I kind of expected this sort of thing might happen, though I didn't think it would go as far as it did today.
Really? You were expecting this?
Yeah, Wyatt's told me quite a bit about your parents. He mentioned that they can be a bit difficult, and they have some peculiarities, and that they might not exactly be the easiest people to get along with. But even with all that, I never expected them to react like that. I didn't think they'd be so harsh, but I guess I should have known better.
Wyatt was really impressive today, wasn't he? When you were about to have that tea thrown on you, he stepped in so quickly. He didn't even hesitate for a second. And then, after everything was done, he made sure to stand up to Iris too, didn't he? I'm honestly a little surprised at how reliable he was. He really came through when it mattered most.
Yeah, he really did. I'm so grateful for him. If he hadn't done that, I honestly think I would have had that tea splashed all over my face. He was so quick, I didn't even have time to react, but even afterward, he didn't back down. He got angry and he didn't let it go, even when Iris was being stubborn. I really didn't expect him to be so protective. I guess I've underestimated him a little.
Is Wyatt okay, though? I heard he went to the hospital. He got a burn on his back, right? A minor one, but still. I hope he's doing okay.
Yeah, he's fine. They said it's just a minor burn and there shouldn't be any lasting damage. He was really worried about me too, but I think he's mostly just relieved that things didn't get worse. He's been really stressed out about everything, but he's tough. I think he'll be okay.
And you? How are you doing? You were the one who actually got the tea thrown at you after all.
I'm fine. The tea just hit my shoulder, so it's nothing serious. I'm sure it'll heal in no time. Honestly, I'm more concerned about Wyatt. He took the brunt of it, and it's harder for him, I think. But I'm doing okay. I'll be fine. I'm just a little shaken up, that's all.
I'm glad to hear that. But Jade, what do we do now? I don't think those two will ever accept the marriage. The way they're acting right now, I can't see them backing down. They'll probably do everything they can to stop it.
I know. I've been thinking about that too. It's going to be difficult, no matter what we do. But I'm not going to give up on this, not after everything we've been through. I've been trying to think of ways to handle this situation. And maybe, just maybe, I'll have to involve you in some of it. I don't want to drag you into something so complicated, but...
Don't worry about that, Jade. I'm not going anywhere. I'll help you with whatever you need. I'll support you in any way I can, even if things get tough. I'm here for you. You don't have to go through this alone.
Thank you. I'm so grateful for you, Anna. I really am. The truth is, the reason I'm so happy now is because of what you've done for me. Without your support, I don't think I'd have the courage to keep going. You've helped me so much already, and I know that if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here right now.
Really? You think I've helped you that much? I'm just doing what anyone would do for someone they care about.
I know, but still, I think I've been so focused on everything else, the pressure of trying to make everything work, that I forgot how much you've helped me. You've been here for me through all of this, even when I was struggling. You've always been there, cheering me on and giving me the strength I needed to move forward. That's something I'll never forget.
You're welcome, Jade. Honestly, I just want you to be happy. And if I can help make that happen, then I'll do whatever it takes. You've always been there for me too, and I'll never forget that.
It's funny, isn't it? How we both needed each other in different ways. But it's not just about what we can do for each other, it's about what we've become because of all this. I'm not the same person I was before I met you, and I'm sure you're not either.
Yeah, I think you're right. We've both changed, but I think it's been for the better. We've learned a lot about ourselves, and we've learned a lot about each other too. That's something that can't be taken away from us.
Exactly, and now we have to face whatever comes next together. We'll handle it, Anna. Whatever happens, I'll be right here by your side.
Thanks, Jade. That means everything to me. Well, there's one more thing I need to tell you. It's something I've been thinking about for a while now. I've been thinking a lot about the future, about what we want, and about what's next for both of us. But there's something I need to share with you, something that might change things even more.
What is it? You're kind of scaring me now, Anna.
Don't worry, it's not bad. It's just something I've been considering. I think it's time to take the next step, to move forward and make the kind of future we both deserve. Iris?
What is it? Do you have something else you want to say?
I've come to understand just how extraordinary you all are.
Oh, so now you finally get it? Though to be honest, you're still only scratching the surface of how great we truly are. I'd say you've probably grasped about 10% of it.
Even so, I really do want you to accept my sister's marriage.
Why would we do that?
The two of them genuinely love each other with all their hearts. If they get married, Wyatt will push himself even harder at work. I truly believe this marriage will drive him to achieve incredible things, both in his career and in his life. The love they share will motivate him to do everything he can, to succeed in ways that will not only make them happy, but will lead to amazing accomplishments. I'm certain that once they're married, his career will skyrocket because of it.
Do you honestly believe that?
Yes, I'm certain of it. I'm willing to vouch for it. I've seen them together, and I can tell how much they care for one another. Wyatt, in particular, is someone who thrives on motivation. And when you have someone like your sister in his life, someone who supports him, it's the kind of positive influence that's bound to help him grow. You've seen how driven he is. This marriage will only make him work harder, give him even more determination, and I know that success will follow.
I'm not so sure.
But you must see it. You must understand that this marriage is not just about love, it's about growth. It's about the future. Wyatt is at a critical point in his career, and this marriage will only push him to new heights. I know him. I've seen how his attitude and drive change when he's in a supportive relationship, and he'll be so much more with my sister by his side.
But that's unnecessary for us.
What do you mean?
We don't care whether he succeeds at his work. We don't need him to achieve great things in his career. That's not what we're interested in at all. Wyatt doesn't need to prove anything to us in the professional world. What matters is that he's part of our plans, that he serves our greater purpose. It doesn't matter if he works hard or succeeds in his career. He just needs to fulfill the role we've designated for him.
But he's supposed to be the next president of the company, right?
Yes, that's right. And once he becomes the president, I'll be the one pulling the strings behind the scenes. Wyatt is nothing more than a puppet. It's all part of our plan. We've already decided what role he'll play, and it's not about his success in business or any personal achievement. The moment he takes on the position of president, it'll be my hand guiding him. He'll be the face, but I'll be the one controlling everything from behind the curtains. He's just a figurehead, really.
How can you say that about your own son?
It's unfortunate, but Wyatt hasn't been able to accomplish much on his own. I've seen how little he can do, and I've been disappointed with him. In fact, the other day I watched him try to flatter your sister, and that was the moment I realized that he's just not capable of handling any real responsibilities. He's not someone who can make a difference in this company or in the world. He's been coddled and protected for so long, but it's clear that he's incapable of stepping up and actually contributing to anything substantial. And that's why he has to be controlled. We have no choice but to use him as a puppet to further our own ambitions.
That's unbelievable. Are you telling me that you have plans for Wyatt to marry someone for political gain? Does he even know about this?
We haven't gone into specifics yet, but rest assured, once we decide who he will marry, that decision will be final. We don't need his approval. If we tell him to marry someone, it will happen. Wyatt has no say in the matter. The only thing that matters is whether we can use his marriage to strengthen our position and secure the future of our family. We plan on marrying him off to a politician's daughter. This way, his marriage will provide us with the necessary connections to strengthen my husband's political career. The political ties we'll gain from such a marriage will be invaluable. Wyatt's personal happiness or desires don't matter in the slightest. What matters is his role in our larger plan.
What? Are you seriously saying this? Does Wyatt know that you've already decided his future like this? Does he understand that his marriage is just a pawn in your political games?
Wyatt doesn't need to know the details. He doesn't get to question what we decide for him. We've already made the decision. Once we decide who he's going to marry, that's what's going to happen, and there's nothing he can do about it. Our plan is already in motion, and Wyatt will play his part whether he likes it or not. It's all about power. We're securing our future, our position, and nothing else matters.
So that's why you sent my sister away. You didn't want her to be a part of your plans for Wyatt, so you discarded her like she was nothing?
Yes, exactly. Wyatt is an important asset to our family's future, and your sister simply doesn't fit into that plan. She doesn't have the qualities we're looking for. She isn't good enough for Wyatt. She's not capable of contributing to our success or advancing our goals. So we had no choice but to send her away. We need to protect what we've built, and if anyone gets in the way, we'll deal with them. Your sister's feelings or your family's well-being are irrelevant in this situation.
How can you be so heartless? How can you treat people like this? Wyatt's life isn't yours to control. He's not a tool for you to manipulate.
Oh, really? I thought that's exactly what he was for. I thought Wyatt was born to serve our needs, to do our bidding. He's a means to an end. We've raised him to fit into our plans, and he's never been allowed to stray from the path we've set for him. He doesn't have the luxury of choosing his own future. He doesn't get to live for himself. He lives for us, for our family's ambitions. We've made sure of that from the start.
You're completely deluded. You're destroying people's lives without any regard for their happiness. Wyatt doesn't exist to fulfill your dreams. He has a right to his own happiness.
Well, I thought that's exactly what he was supposed to do. To think he would have a life of his own, oh, that's laughable. He's just a pawn in our game. He doesn't get to choose his path. We're the ones who decide his future, not him. We've even given him everything he has, and now it's time for him to repay us by doing exactly what we tell him to do.
You've crossed the line now. You're playing with people's lives as though they're your toys. You think you can control everything, but there will come a day when everything you've built will come crashing down. You can't hide behind your wealth and power forever. The truth will come out, and you'll have to face the consequences.
Well, go ahead and try and stop us. You're no match for us. Our power, our influence, it's unmatched. There's nothing you can do to bring us down. You think you can take us on, but we've been at this game far longer than you've ever imagined. We've built our empire on manipulation and control, and it's too late for you to do anything about it now.
I won't forget this. Don't think for a second that I'll just let this go. One day, you'll regret treating people like this, thinking that you can control everything around you. Your empire built on lies and deception will crumble, and I'll make sure of it. You can't hide forever, and when the time comes, I'll make sure you face the consequences of your actions.
Hey, I have a message for your sister. Could you pass it on for me?
What is it?
Well, it's about Wyatt and your sister. They're still seeing each other, you know. Wyatt seems to be avoiding the situation, but we've been through investigating the matter thoroughly through a private detective. We know everything about it.
You're investigating your own son?
Of course we are. How else are we supposed to make sure he does what we want? We need to keep an eye on him. Honestly, I'm hoping we can find something to use against him, some kind of weakness we can hold over him.
That's just the lowest.
I don't care what you think about me. Now listen up, since Wyatt and your sister still haven't broken up, you need to make sure she ends things with him. I've tried contacting her several times, but she keeps ignoring me, so nothing is getting through.
They love each other. It's only natural that they won't break up.
Oh, so it's just because of Wyatt's money, right? We all know what's going on here.
Are you seriously saying that my sister is only interested in Wyatt's money and trying to marry him for that reason? How dare you make such an accusation?
Oh, really? Then what other reason could she have for being with someone like him? What does he have to offer besides his wealth? Nothing, right?
Is that the kind of thing you say as a parent? I've only met Wyatt a few times, but at least he's more attractive than you are, and certainly more appealing than someone like you.
What did you just say? Don't talk to me like that!
No, I honestly think that's the case.
Shut up! You're just a little kid. You have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm telling you, I really do believe that. Wyatt is far more impressive and attractive than you give him credit for.
Listen to me. I don't need to hear any more of your nonsense. All you need to do is find out how much money I'll take for that woman to leave Wyatt and make sure she promises to never see him again. Got it? I don't want to hear another word from you until that's taken care of. Hey, what is this about?
What are you talking about? You're just throwing things at me out of nowhere.
Because of you two, a major contract fell through.
A major contract?
Yes, you know that our company was negotiating a big deal with another company, right? Well, that deal has now been completely nullified.
Wait, what happened?
When I asked why, they said it was because you two said some ridiculous things. What do you plan on doing about this? Our company has suffered significant losses because of this. I will be demanding compensation from both of you.
Hold on, we don't owe anyone compensation. You've got it all wrong.
Don't try to deny it. They said that because of the nonsense you were spouting, they decided to pull the plug.
That's not true. I only told the truth.
That's impossible. Knowing you, you've probably made up some crazy story.
No, I didn't. I told the truth to protect my company, and I instructed them to pull out of the deal. I made the decision to stop it.
You told them what to do?
Yes. The company gave me the authority to make decisions on the matter, and if I tell them to cancel a contract, that's exactly what happens.
That's not true. You're lying.
Then explain this. Why did the contract get canceled after some random person spoke up? Doesn't that seem odd to you?
I didn't think about it that way.
It seems that even though you come from a prestigious family, you don't have a lick of sense. Did your parents not raise you properly?
How dare you say such a thing?
Well, I'm just stating the obvious. How could you not have realized something so basic? The reason I was even negotiating with your company is because I trusted Wyatt's character. I believe that if a company run by him and his parents was behind the deal, it would be trustworthy. That's why I was ready to sign. But now I see that I was wrong. I guess the apple doesn't fall from the tree.
How dare you say that? You are getting too cocky.
You're right. I was wrong to even consider working with your company, especially after you did something so despicable to my sister. You didn't stop there. You even went so far as to try and force an engagement to be broken off. That's the kind of person you are. And I can't work with a company that's led by someone like you. That's why I made the decision. No way would I accept a damage claim from you.
I understand now. Fine, I'll accept your sister's marriage to Wyatt. Is that enough for you?
Well, I might reconsider, but that depends on my sister's opinion.
That's easy. They love each other, right? If I approve it, they'll be happy to get married.
Do you really think it'll be that easy?
It will be. Just wait here. I'll contact them right now and make sure it happens. I will accept your marriage to Wyatt. Oh, whoa, what are you talking about? What do you mean? It seems I've misunderstood you both. I want to apologize. After everything, I should have given you both a chance to explain yourselves. So congratulations on your marriage. I truly wish you the best. Thank you. I didn't expect to hear you say that. I'm really happy to hear you say it, really. Oh, it's nothing at all. From now on, let's make an effort to get along, okay? We're all family now. No, I don't think we can just get along. Once Anna's company finalizes the contract, I know exactly what you plan to do. You intend to get Wyatt and me divorced, don't you? What are you saying? What do you mean? You think you can hide your intentions, but it's crystal clear to me. The way you act, the way you speak, it's so transparent that it actually makes it easier for me to understand your next move. You're trying to manipulate things so that we'll end up separated even after all of this. What? No, that's not what I meant at all. I'm not trying to manipulate anything. You're misunderstanding me completely. I want nothing but the best for you both. No, and your intentions are obvious now. And quite frankly, I'm exhausted with all of this. Wyatt and I decided a long time ago that we were going to marry, and we would have done it even without your approval. It doesn't matter what you or anyone else thinks, and do you know what? The contract that Anna is working on with you, it won't change anything. Even if we get married, that contract will be voided, and there's nothing you can do about it. Wait a minute. Do you really think that something like this can just happen? Do you think it's okay for you to do whatever you want without considering the consequences? It doesn't matter what you think. You can't stop us, no matter what. We've made up our minds. Wyatt and I are happy together, and we don't need your approval. We've been through enough to know that our happiness comes first. So I'm going to tell Anna that she doesn't need to worry about us and she can cancel everything. It'll be over, just like that. You can't just make decisions like that. You can't just walk away from everything and expect no consequences. Do you really think that's acceptable? Well, it's not something you can change. For you, it may be all about business and contracts, but for us, it's about our lives. Wyatt and I don't need anyone else's permission to live our lives, especially not yours. We've been through far worse than you realize, and we're done being part of your games. So from now on, I am asking you not to contact me again. How can you be so certain? How can you act like everything is fine when you know how much is at stake? I'm not just talking about the contract, you know. There's much more at play here than you seem to understand. It's not just the contract, Iris. It's everything else you've done, everything you've said. You've mocked us, made assumptions about our lives, and belittled the people who cared for me. Our parents raised us with nothing but love, and my sister Anna supported me when I was at my lowest. And you mocked them like it was nothing. How could I ever forgive that? Wait, what do you mean you're talking about your parents? I never mocked them. How could you even say such a thing? Do you really not understand? You've never known what it was like for me. You've never been in my shoes. Our parents died when I was still young. I couldn't cope. I couldn't even move forward. It was Anna who pulled me out of my despair. She was there, always there, even when she was hurting herself. Do you know how much that means to me? That's not what I meant at all. You just what? You just think you can run around and do whatever you want? Do you really think it was easy for me to leave university and take care of her? Do you think it was simple for me to put aside my own dreams, my own goals for someone who had already lost everything? It wasn't easy, but I did it, and I did it for her. And even then, it didn't feel like enough. I still don't feel like I've paid her for everything she did for me. Yet, despite everything I've sacrificed, you think it's okay to just dismiss her, to mock her? I didn't know. I didn't realize how much you had given up. I thought I understood, but well, now you know. And you know what? I'm done. I'm done trying to make you understand. I'm done trying to make you see things from my point of view. You've crossed the line. I don't want to hear from you again, Jade. Don't contact me. Don't try to reach out. You have done enough damage. I'm sorry. I really didn't mean for things to get this far. I never intended to hurt anyone, especially not you. But I see that I've made a mistake. Yes, you've made a mistake. But at this point, it's too late. Wyatt and I will handle our own lives from here on out. And I hope you find a way to fix things with yourself before it's too late. Oh, that person!
I received a call from my sister, and as a result, we will be proceeding with the contract cancellation.
What? Is that really okay? If you do that, the entire management of the company will collapse.
That may be true, but I've made up my mind. Do your best.
But our company is meant to be inherited by Wyatt in the future. How can you just let something like this happen? You can't seriously be saying you're going to ruin everything.
Yes, that's the plan. There's no problem with this course of action.
You heartless monster.
What exactly were you looking at all this time? Did you think you could just push us around and get away with it? How could you be so naive?
Huh?
Wyatt is quitting your company, you know.
What? What are you talking about?
Well, Wyatt has been fed up with the way you and your husband have been running things for a long time now. And it seems that during the recent marriage announcement, he finally hit his breaking point. He can't take it anymore. He's had enough of your tyrannical approach to everything. He's decided to quit the company and find work elsewhere. In fact, my sister is fully supportive of Wyatt's decision. And because of that, I'm in a position where I can freely cancel the contract with you without any hesitation.
I didn't know anything about this.
Well, it seems Wyatt was keeping it under wraps. He didn't want to stir things up earlier, but if you had been paying attention to your own son without needing to hire detectives to figure out what was going on, maybe you would have known. But it looks like you were too preoccupied with your own plans to see what was happening under your nose.
This is a lie. There's no way my son would just abandon us like that.
You've disregarded his feelings countless times before, and now you're surprised? Why is this such a shock to you? If you ask me, this has been a long time coming.
Well, I was thinking about what was best for him. I've always had his best interests at heart.
You thought you were acting in his best interest, yet you treated him like a pawn? Is that really what you call showing love? Honestly, Your attempts at expressing concern are hard to take seriously. You've pushed him around, manipulated him, and now you act all surprised when he's finally standing up for himself. That's a rather twisted way of showing love.
But I was just trying to do what's best for him.
No one is listening to your excuses anymore. Honestly, it's time for you to just change your mindset and accept what's happening. Your son is growing up and making his own choices, and this is something you have to face.
Damn it all to hell! Fine, whatever, it doesn't matter what happens to the company. At this point, it's not my problem anymore.
Oh? And why is that?
Because we were already planning to expand globally. Our focus has always been on global growth, and honestly, we were looking for a way to break free from the company anyway. This just happens to be the perfect timing. We can now cut ties with the company without any regret. It's almost as if this whole mess worked out in our favor.
Ah, so you're still pushing forward with your plans, huh? You mentioned something about becoming a politician earlier, didn't you?
Yes, that's right. Becoming a politician is the path I've chosen. The company doesn't matter to me anymore. I'm done with it. The world of politics is where I belong now.
Well, it seems like it's going to be a rough road for you. Politicians have a long and difficult journey ahead of them. You're going to face a lot of opposition, and there's a lot more to it than just throwing yourself into the mix.
What are you talking about? It's all going to work out. We're getting endorsements from the party. We won't even have to do much campaigning, and we'll get elected. It's going to be that easy.
I don't think you'll be getting that endorsement.
Huh? What do you mean? Why wouldn't we?
Iris, do you not realize the gravity of what you've done?
What are you talking about? I haven't done anything wrong.
You poured hot tea on me, didn't you? That's considered assault, you know? That's not something that can just be brushed aside.
What?
My sister got a burn on her shoulder, and Wyatt got one on his back. Do you really think that you're just going to get away with this? Do you honestly think that this isn't a big deal? You can't just pretend nothing happened. You've caused real harm, and it's not something that can be ignored.
A burn? Over something like that? Are you serious right now?
Don't you dare belittle what you did. It's not about the severity of the burn, it's about the principle of what you've done. You intentionally hurt someone. You can't just walk away from this. I'm filing a police report. There will be consequences for your actions.
Well, wait a minute. Bringing the police into this is a bit much. Can't we just work something out without involving them?
Of course we can't just let this slide. If your husband ends up with a criminal record because of your actions, his political career is effectively over before it even begins. No political party is going to endorse someone with a criminal record. You'll be left with nothing. It's going to be hard for him to win an election as an independent, but I guess you'll figure it out. You're a resourceful woman, right? You always seem to land on your feet.
Wait, please, I beg you, don't get the police involved. For my husband, becoming a politician was his lifelong dream. He's worked so hard for this. Please don't crush his dream like this. It's the only thing he's ever wanted.
I told you before that I would crush that dream thoroughly. When I make a decision, I follow through. I don't back down. And right now, my decision is to ensure your husband's dream is destroyed. It's been a long time coming, don't you think?
Please, I was wrong. I know I was wrong, and I'll do anything to make things right. Just don't ruin everything for us.
But honestly, why even bother with that endorsement? You don't need it, do you?
What are you talking about? Why would we not need the endorsement?
Because from what I understand, you've always managed to manipulate people and situations to get what you want. You've been in control of everything up until now. So why not take matters into your own hands again? Just pray to the heavens and ask for your political career. You've been able to make your wishes come true before, haven't you? You can make it happen, so why not pray for it and see where it takes you?
That's not how it works. You can't just get whatever you want by praying. That's not realistic.
Well, from where I'm standing, it seems like you're just a person who's completely oblivious to the help and support you've been getting from everyone around you. You're so unaware of the people who've been carrying you all this time. You really think you're doing this all on your own, but you've been surrounded by people who've made your life easier without you even realizing it. It's kind of sad, really.
Please, I'm begging you. I know I made so many mistakes. I admit it. I was wrong, and I'll never make those mistakes again. Oh, please forgive me. Please, just this once.
I'm sorry, but I can't forgive you. I'm just a small, ordinary person, and I can't simply forget what you've done. You've crossed a line, and there's no going back from that. Jade, the conversation with those people is over. It seems like they had a pretty tough time, but in the end, it looks like they got the answers they needed.
Yes, I know. I feel bad for the trouble I've caused, but I had to do what I thought was best. I'm really sorry about it all.
It's fine. You don't need to apologize anymore. The important thing is whether Wyatt is going to be able to find a job soon, though. Have you heard anything more about that?
Yeah, actually, a friend of mine offered a really great opportunity. It looks like there's a good chance he'll be able to land a job that suits him well.
Well, that's a relief. I'm glad to hear that. You two must be so busy with everything. I'm not sure when your wedding is going to happen, but I promise I will throw the biggest, most wonderful celebration for you two when it does.
Thank you. That means a lot to me. Honestly, I'm completely sure that I'll be able to find happiness with Wyatt. We've been through so much together, and I can feel that this is the right path for us.
That's so great to hear. But you know, once you two are settled, it will be my turn. I wonder when I'll have the chance to get married too.
You'll be able to get married, don't worry. You're my sister, and you're also the daughter of our parents. You deserve to be the happiest person in the world, and I can guarantee that it will happen for you too.
Really? Do you think so?
I am absolutely certain. We'll make sure of it. You just need to believe in yourself, and everything will fall into place for you as well.
After the large contract was nullified, it seems that Iris and her husband's company faced a severe crisis. The businesses began to fall apart, and the financial consequences were immense. The ramifications were so significant that their company's future was in jeopardy, and they found themselves struggling to keep things afloat. The impact of the deal being voided hit them hard, and they realized they could no longer operate as they had before. They were forced to make drastic changes and rethink their strategy. However, the situation continued to deteriorate, and the business was soon unable to recover from such a substantial blow. What made matters worse was the violent incident that had taken place, which was resolved through a settlement. While it seemed like the issue was behind them, the matter became public knowledge, and the rumors spread far and wide. It wasn't long before the news of the incident made its way through various circles, and it became one of the most talked about topics. Despite the fact that a settlement had been reached, the scandal continued to follow Iris and her husband wherever they went. People's perceptions of them had already been colored by the incident, and they found it difficult to regain their former reputation. This did nothing but add to the pile of troubles they were already facing. As I had anticipated, the conversation about political endorsement was quickly abandoned. Iris's husband's hopes of entering politics, something that had once seemed like a real possibility, were dashed entirely. No one in the political world seemed willing to back him, and it became clear that there was no chance of him being endorsed for a position. The dream that had once motivated him for so long now seemed increasingly out of reach. The endorsements and the political aspirations that Iris had believed were so close were nothing more than a distant fantasy at this point. They had failed to make any meaningful progress, and the reality of their situation was too harsh for them to ignore. Iris's husband, however, was not willing to give up on his political dreams that easily. Despite everything, he still couldn't let go of the idea of becoming a politician. He refused to accept defeat and continued to chase that dream with an almost desperate determination. It was clear that the weight of failure had not yet sunk in for him. He publicly declared his intent to run for office, making his candidacy official. But as time went on, it became apparent that the public was not as eager to support him as he had hoped. He failed to gather enough votes, and his campaign was a complete disaster. The election results were a massive blow, and he was left with nothing but the realization that his ambitions had crumbled. The failure in the election had significant financial consequences for the couple. Iris and her husband had spent an enormous amount of money on their campaign, pouring funds into the election process in an attempt to sway voters and increase their chances of success. But despite their efforts, they couldn't secure a win, and the money they had spent was lost. The financial burden of the election left them in an even worse position than before. Desperate for a way out, they turned to their family members and asked for loans, hoping that someone would help them in their time of need. But unfortunately for them, their history and their actions had alienated their relatives, and no one was willing to lend a helping hand. The couple found themselves without the support they had hoped for. Now, they live a life far from the one they had imagined. Iris and her husband are living in a cramped, modest apartment, far removed from the lifestyle they once believed they were entitled to. They had once imagined themselves as part of an elite class, those who live in luxury and comfort, but their current reality could not be further from that dream. Their life is now marked by financial instability, and the dreams of grandeur that had driven them in the past have been replaced by the harsh reality of their situation. They are struggling to make ends meet, living a simple and unremarkable life that reflects the consequences of their actions and choices. On the other hand, I continue to live a life full of happiness and contentment. I am fortunate to be surrounded by love and support, and I am grateful for the life I have. My sister and Wyatt recently had a beautiful wedding, one that was filled with joy and celebration. Their love for each other is evident in everything they do, and it fills my heart to see them so happy. They support each other in every way, both emotionally and practically, and they are building a life together that is based on mutual care and respect. It's a beautiful thing to witness, and it brings me a great deal of joy to know that they are so deeply in love. As I watch them, I begin to reflect on my own life and what I want for the future. Seeing my sister and Wyatt so happy together made me realize that perhaps I too would like to find someone with whom I can share my life. Their example has inspired me, and I have started to think about what it might be like one day to get married and build a life together with someone I love. It's something I had never given much thought to before, but now I find myself excited about the possibility of sharing my life with someone special. With this new desire in my heart, I have decided to take action. I'm planning to attend a matchmaking party for the first time. It's something I've never done before, but I'm looking forward to it with optimism. I'm excited to meet new people and see what opportunities might arise from this experience. It feels like the right step for me, and I'm ready to take control of my future and actively pursue the kind of relationship I want. I'm not sure what to expect, but I'm hopeful that by putting myself out there, I can find someone who shares my values. While Iris and her husband continue to struggle with the fallout from their decisions, I'm focused on building a life that brings me happiness and fulfillment. I'm inspired by my sister and Wyatt's love, and I'm excited to see what the future holds for me as I take the next step toward creating the life I've always wanted. Whether or not I find someone to marry, I know that I am capable of creating a fulfilling and joyful life, and that realization is enough to give me hope for what comes next.
Maple, hey! It's been about a year now since you and I have last talked. Have you been doing pretty good?
So what is it you want with me this time?
And just like I remembered, there's no form of friendliness to you at all. Your cute little sister is finally getting back in touch with you, and you're going to treat me with that cold attitude? That's the reason why your family doesn't love you, and you've turned into a sad and disappointing woman. Right? Are you even aware of that?
What do you want with me?
Well, about that, I'm going to be having my wedding here really soon. I plan to throw the largest wedding ever, so I would like for you to be there as well. I know that I've always had my own things going on, keeping me from ever going to any of the family's events and such. But it would be crazy of everyone not to show up at my wedding, especially when I'm your little sister, right?
Huh? I have no reason to be going to your wedding.
What?
I'm not going. There you go. There's my answer to you.
Wait just a second. What the heck, Maple? You can't seriously be that crazy, right? I've always been the cute, nice one in the house. How could you ever say something like that to me?
And do you have any idea who I have always been to you, Stacy? Someone who doesn't get the same treatments and privileges as you.
Oh, stop talking about all of that stuff. The reason you were never treated the same as me is because you've always been such a slouch. Mom and Dad feel the same way as I do about you.
Huh? There were times you would take my lunches and dinners away from me, and there were times you'd take my things from school, like textbooks and my homework, and throw them in the trash. And at certain times, you'd even take things as far as ripping up my clothes and burning up all my underwear. All of that led to me becoming a slouch, a Grinch, even when I was around all of you.
And that was all because you have such an ugly personality. You really have the worst personality imaginable. And listen, the only way you're ever going to get any sort of treatment from anyone is by fixing that rotten attitude you always have. That's the only thing you can do because there is nothing else about you that is attractive. I mean, take your face for example. It's ugly. I'm the one who is already married and making a decent living. So please don't comment about me like that until you're on my same level. What? Someone like you actually had the chance to get married? You really have that much hate for me that you didn't even think I could find a partner to marry? I hate having to listen to you always making comments like that. You were never able to do anything ever, yet you got married. That would shock anyone, not just me. But that's great to hear. I was worried about you for a bit since you're so stupid and all. I'm not going to say anything about that, actually. I was always failing my tests and everything, even though I was trying to study so much, which led to me stabbing both Mom and Dad's hopes for me in the back. Oh, how wonderful. At least you're aware of how brainless you are. Luckily, after you were finished with, someone like myself came along and aced all her exams, as well as passed all the top classes in her school. No wonder Mom and Dad love me so much more than you. Anyway, since you have yourself a husband, I want for the both of you to come out to my wedding. I'll make sure to send you guys an invitation as well. I have no clue what nerve you have that allows you to invite me to that wedding. I've already told you I'm not going as well. You are a liar, Maple. Why have you not come out to see me in my wedding? Because of you, there was an open seat left in my family section, and you've gone and embarrassed me in front of everyone there. You're an ass, a total jerk. You've gone and completely ruined what was supposed to be my perfect day. Give me my day back. Look, Stacy, I already told you before that I would not be coming. Twice already. You told me you were coming, and that's why I sent you the invitation. It's not like you even have another little sister whose wedding you can go see, so now you're just being an idiot by skipping out on mine like that. I don't think of you as my older sister anymore now and will be cutting ties to you. Well, that's good because I've never had a little sister. What? Because I've never thought of you as one to me. I was planning on cutting ties to you long ago, but forgot to block your phone number. There's never been a little sister in my family, and it's going to stay that way now since you are cutting ties to me finally. Wait, what the hell? You're a bitch. How dare you say things like that about me?
Maple, you doing all right? You looked really upset just a second ago, then you just left the house to go outside.
I'm sorry, Steve. I'm just a little pissed off at the moment. Something annoying came up again, and so I wanted to take a moment to cool my head outside in the yard.
But anyway, what got you all upset like that? I've never seen you have a face as red as that before.
Actually...
Are you kidding me right now? What was she thinking trying to invite you to her wedding? And now she's acting like she's the victim and everything? And that you owe her an apology or something? After all the crap she'd done to you.
I don't know what to say about all of this now. I didn't think things would come to this with her. It's been a long time since I felt this jittery with rage and anxiety at the same time.
I'm surprised you didn't take things further with her then, being that upset. Very mature of you. How about we have a few drinks today? Then that might help you settle down a bit.
That sounds great. Will you drink as much as me this time?
Of course I will. It's my job as your husband to make sure you don't get too carried away unless I stay at the same pace as you.
I'll make sure to pick up a couple of drinks while I'm here then. I'll even get us a pint of whiskey to help me settle down more quickly.
Perfect, and thank you. I'll make something up for us to eat along with those drinks then. And I'm sure by saying something like this, you'll get a little heated with me, but I am thankful for what your little sister has done.
What?
Well, because of what your little sister did, I was given the chance to meet with you, right? So even though it may be hard to do this, you should be at least a little bit thankful for what she's done. Well, I was thankful for her at least. However, now, after what she's done this time, I'm not so sure I can say I appreciate her anymore. Also, it doesn't seem like she's learned a single thing after all she had done before.
To that girl? No, to that whole family. They know nothing about learning their lessons or anything, so don't even try to hope for anything from them.
I guess that is true. I may have been thankful, but I am well aware now that your sister won't change. If she keeps on acting like that, then we're going to have to warn her. So please, next time you have to deal with her, let me know and I'll help you out.
Thank you, Steve.
Please don't forget that you are no longer on your own in this world. You have me now, right by your side.
It's all because of you that there were empty seats next to Mom and Dad, and you embarrassed me. You really are the worst. Even my husband says you're the worst. He never knew that you had such a self-centered attitude about everything. He also said your character is the worst and that you are ugly. There's nothing about you that is worthwhile to anyone here. But I'm not the devil, so I'll give you a chance to receive my forgiveness by giving me $1,000 right now and nothing less. Huh? What makes you think that I'd have to pay you anything like that? I don't have that kind of money in my bank account, and no, I don't mean that I'm poor. I just mean I don't have any money that can be handed over to a brainless woman like you. I made sure to ask you for only $1,000, and yet you can't pay me that? You can say you're not poor all you want, but I know deep down that you really are without any money. Look, Stacy, and what about your husband then? I'm sure since he chose to get married to a useless woman who is both ugly on the inside and outside, he has to be just as brain dead as you. But can't he at least give me $1,000? I was originally going to ask you to pay for my whole wedding, but I'm playing nice and only asking for $1,000. So hurry up and give me that money. Stacy, what the hell did you just say? Huh? I'm not playing your dang games anymore, Stacy. Did you just say what I thought you said? Were you just making fun of my husband as well? What? Making fun of him? I never said that I was making fun of him. Are you really that immature where you get upset when someone tells you the truth? Grow up already, Maple. I am younger than you, and even I know not to get all angry about the truth. Not only have you been making fun of me, but now you're making those terrible comments about my husband. I'm not going to allow that anymore. I am an idiot for thinking there was even an ounce of you that had changed. But since it seems you can't understand anything you're doing and anything I say to you, I'm going to have to get serious here. Geez, I don't care to listen to you whine about me. Just hurry up and pay me already, right now. What the hell, Stacy? What do you think you're doing? What? What do I think I'm doing about what? While I was out of the house, you were calling the house phone over and over again. And when my husband finally picked up, you started to pressure him for money. What the hell have you said to my husband? Leave him out of all this. I had to do all of that because you weren't sending me any money. That's what you get for bullying me now. Not only have you gone and ruined my very special day for everyone, but now you're trying to avoid paying that settlement I am asking for. I have no reason to pay you a frickin' penny, Stacy. It's frickin' childish of you to still be bullying me all these years later, just because I went and stole your fiancé from you. Maple, you are my older sister, right? You must be pretty messed up in the head if you're not able to laugh off all the funny things your little sister does. Huh? Who the hell would invite the very same person whose fiancé you stole to your wedding with that man? I would, because I wanted you there to celebrate me as my older sister. Also, I only said things that were true to your husband when I was on the phone with him today. You're the one with an ugly character. And even though you shouldn't be able to get married, you found yourself a partner but still hid things from him about me. You've committed a scam by marrying him without telling him the truth. You are a criminal now. I feel so bad for your husband now that he had to hear the truth from me. I'm sure he's just as much of an idiot as you are, but to be lied to like that and led into a scam marriage, I feel bad for him. Stacy, you cut all of that out right now. And you're the one calling me childish after my fiancé was taken by you? I'm sure you have no idea how that must have felt for me back when you did that. All the pain and misery I had to live through. What? Why are you getting all angry again? Because you keep on pissing me the hell off. I have been so upset with you these past few years now that I don't ever think there will be a time where I am not hating your existence. I was going out with your husband all throughout college, and we even had planned to get married. You were even invited to our wedding, Kay, but you were able to do what you wanted when you wanted with the help of those two ignorant parents. And in the end, you went and slept with my fiancé and later took him from me. I have been living a life of hell ever since then, although I never care to share any of it with anyone. What? You're all upset because of something like that? Huh? Listen, Maple, once everyone had found out I'd been sleeping with your fiancé and we had that family meeting, I said what I wanted to. It was mean of you to date someone as cool as him and not let me take him instead. And I knew that I was meant for him, which is what I told you, yet you still said no. That's why I had to steal him from you. And that's why Mom and Dad both said for you to give him to me and go find someone else. In other words, it's your fault for not being good enough for him back then, and not a single person is blaming me for taking him. Yet you went and held on to all of your hate all this time and used that to get in the way of my wedding to him. You are nothing more than a monster now. I hope nobody ever calls you human ever again. Ugh. I see, Stacy, I see. So in your mind, you haven't done anything wrong all this time. And that's why even now, years after what you did to me, you still haven't said any form of an apology? I have nothing to apologize about, so why would I? Anyway, pay me that money. If you don't, then I'm going to keep raising the amount of money I want from you. I will not let you get away unpunished after what you did to me in my wedding. You will not be able to run from me now. You're the one who won't be left unpunished this time. You went and made a name for yourself now in my family by making fun of one of my own. What? I have not made fun of anyone. When have I ever said anything about Mom or Dad that would be getting you so pissed off now? I've already been mistreated by the three of you and then stabbed in the back when I found someone I loved. There is only one person in my whole life so far who has not treated me like garbage, who is my family, and that is my husband. He's everything to me now, and I don't need anyone else. To me, my family is just him and I. They all aren't family to me, and they never will be. That includes you. To me, you are nothing more than a complete stranger. You are about to get the full wrath of my pent-up anger, now that you've gone and hurt my husband like that, you frickin' bitch. Jesus, why would you ever say that? I guess your character has only gotten worse all these years. Do you want to know why I never took you and my ex to court after you guys started having relations? Because I didn't want anything to do with you guys anymore. Also, it was because of you that I was able to find my husband, even if I don't want to accept that. So I thought to myself, as long as I was far away from you and had a life that I could enjoy, I would never have to go back and punish you for what you did to me. But now I can see there is no point in holding back anymore. Screw being mature about things now. All I want to do is send you and that bastard husband of yours to hell. How dare you talk to me like that when I'm your younger sister? I'm the one who's actually living a decent life and not one filled with things like stupidity and ugliness. You are just jealous of me because you never had a way of giving a wedding, and that's what's led you here. You really think that a CEO and his wife wouldn't be able to hold a wedding after getting married? What? You were able to get my new phone number and everything from the family, but you never asked about where I'm currently living, huh? Right now, my husband and I live in a penthouse. It has windows wrapping around 3/4 of the penthouse, and we can see everything from the city center to the ocean from here. And the biggest seller for this place is the view of the sunset in the evening. That's the kind of life we're getting to live right now, so I would not call us poor or stupid by any means. Huh? Are you completely out of your mind now? You can't be that delusional already, can you? I'll send you some pictures from inside here right now as proof, so please take a close look at all of them. You're lying, right? How can someone like you be able to live in a place like that? Had you never gone and stolen my fiancé from me back then, I would have never had a chance at this kind of lifestyle. I am thankful for that one and only thing. So thank you. I've been able to find the man of my dreams who I love more than anything else in this world, and I have been given a life where I am very well off. Honestly, this is the happiest I've ever been. Your husband, who you just got married to, unfortunately doesn't make the kind of money my husband does, and so you'll never have a shot at a life like mine. What the hell? You are a lowlife. You shouldn't be able to or allowed to have a better life than mine. Maple! So it really turned out that you have a lot of money, right? That means you can pay for my whole wedding now. It's all because of you that I ended up having a terrible wedding, so you should be fine paying up, right? You already get to live in such a magnificent penthouse out there, so this won't be a problem for you, right?
Have you ever looked up the definition of a settlement before? I've already told you I'm not handing any money over to you.
Come on, how much longer are you going to do this with me? You're too old now to not be learning your lesson here, so just take responsibility for what you've done and pay up.
I'm not sure what all I need to be learning my lesson for and what responsibility I have with you. But I guess I'll hear you out this time since you don't seem to be giving up.
Well, so you do know how to behave like an adult.
I understand that as an adult, we all have to be responsible for the things we've done and must learn from them so that we never misbehave again. That's why I'm going to make sure you pay up just as much as I'll have to.
What? What do you mean by that? Hey, wait a minute, Maple. What have you done? I just got an envelope in the mail that says I'm being asked to pay a settlement and that it's been sent to me from a legal firm.
You happen to be the smart one between the both of us, so you shouldn't need me to explain anything to you as long as you read everything on those documents.
That's not what I'm talking about. Why now, of all times, are you choosing to get this money from me?
Doesn't matter what time I choose to ask for a settlement from you, and like I was saying before, I originally wasn't even going to. But then you came back and asked me to come to your wedding and then got upset with me for not showing up, of course. That all triggered my anger for you again, and so I decided I had no other choice but to do this since you had still not learned a thing. Did you really think you could make it through your whole life without having to take responsibility for having a single relationship with my fiancé and then stealing him? Are you that much of a dunce?
Huh? Don't you dare start calling me the idiot here. You're the one who's pretty much mentally disabled.
No point in starting to yell at me again. This is what you get for thinking you were so special and that no one would dare punish you for doing the unthinkable.
Huh. I'm sure this was all just a fake anyway.
What?
There's no way someone could actually ask for this kind of money in a settlement, right? This is all a fake, and you're just trying to scam me. Too bad I'm smarter than that. If I were on the same level as you, sure, I would have probably fallen for this, but I'm not. So I'm not being fooled.
Is that right? Well, go ahead and keep believing that then. I would much rather you wait and see what happens when you leave a legal settlement unpaid.
Maple, why did you send all these papers to my office now as well? And why to my husband's place of work? Because of that, some of my coworkers and my boss have found out.
It didn't look as though you were going to pay me after I had my lawyer send the papers to your house, so I asked my lawyer to start sending them to your work, as well as to your husband's work.
Because of you, my husband is being transferred out of the head office, though. And as for myself, everyone is laughing at me now about how I had to steal my own sister's fiancé in order to get married. And others are talking trash about me in their cubicles. This is the worst outcome. You're practically harassing me now.
And all of these things have been done to me before by you.
What?
But you weren't as secretive about all of it, were you? Always coming to me at home and making fun of the grades I had in school, calling me stupid for them, and other times telling me you guys didn't need a brainless freak around and hitting me upside the head for it. And at school, you would walk up to my friends and I, telling them how ugly I was and saying I only made things worse by wearing skirts and things like that. Every time you would do any of those things to me, you would laugh about it with the loudest laugh possible while pointing your finger. Then, when things started to get boring for you, you took things to the next level and would ruin my clothes that I had for school, and even take my stationery things and flush them down the school toilets.
And that was all because of you being a stupid loser.
I may not have done as well on things like tests and exams, but when it came to my actual GPA, I was better than you. Sorry that I ended up having something called test anxiety, which led to me failing things like the ACT, but I was still able to get into a good college after. It happened to be the same exact college that your husband went to, so if you're going to call me stupid because of it, then he must be just as stupid.
All you really had was a decent history in high school, yet you seem to think that's all that mattered. I can't believe someone who graduated from that medical school is being forced to transfer out of his office now. No way. What are we supposed to do here? I won't be able to pay you that settlement I've been asked for, and my salary is going to go down now after what my boss found out, so I won't even be able to live the life I've had. Why, Maple? Why are you being such a bitch to your little sister? Hey, would you stop acting like such a victim all the time? And like I'd said before, I cut ties to you long ago, but just keep forgetting to block your number. What? I've never thought of you as my little sister for as long as I can remember. Maybe you shouldn't have been acting so ignorant by thinking I'd still want to be your sister after what you did. I thought that since you and I hadn't talked in years, you would have understood that I don't want you in my life anymore. I even told Mom and Dad that I don't want anything to do with you guys anymore. What? So you're really cutting ties to everyone? Why? Why? Because I can't stand to think about you guys being a part of my life anymore, and I'm at my limits with everyone. I told them both I won't be going to their funerals and that I don't want anything from them after they die. Although everything was probably going to you anyway. Neither Mom nor Dad have ever thought of me as their daughter, so what's the difference between what I'm doing now and what was going on before? This is why I had said my family is only my husband and that I don't have any little sister. You already showed me that you don't want to be my sister anymore when you stole my fiancé from me. But after what you tried this time, I'm going to make you and that cheating bastard pay, literally and metaphorically. No way this is happening. I don't want to fall even lower than my mentally challenged sister. I'm not going to pay you anything. Then I guess you're just going to have to wait and see what's coming for you next. After everyone found out about how Stacy and her husband got married, after the affair and the way they left me behind, they started running away from the mess they had created. They tried to escape the fallout, but it wasn't long before reality caught up. Her husband couldn't avoid being transferred for work, and Stacy couldn't avoid the fact that she was about to lose her job. They ended up moving across the U.S., forced to relocate due to his job transfer. Now they live in a small, rundown apartment in Seattle, since they couldn't afford anything better near his office. With Stacy jobless and her husband's income reduced, their financial struggles have caused constant arguments. Their disagreements over money and their decisions have only escalated, to the point where they've both started having affairs of their own. This was all relayed to me by an old friend who's also close with my sister. I'm not sure if everything I've heard is entirely accurate, but it's the most reliable update I've received about their lives. According to this friend, both Stacy and her husband eventually found out about each other's infidelities. However, neither of them could get a divorce because they were financially dependent on each other. Stacy relied on her husband's income for survival, and he depended on her to keep their household running. Both of them knew their affair partners were also married, so the decision was made to continue living in this dysfunctional, unhappy marriage and simply accept the situation. But things took a dark turn when Kay found out she was pregnant. Shortly after, she ended up in the hospital after her husband's violent actions. She was in the ICU when she last texted her friend, and since then, no one's heard from her. Her friend's unsure what happened after that. As for myself and Steve, we finally had our wedding celebration with our closest friends and his family. After that, we decided to start trying for a baby.